I've been sitting in a lot of sadness for the last 24 hours. I've been talking to a number of men particularly about people they know that have taken their own lives. Men that have got a great family, a great wife, a supposedly great job, and they're taking their own life. It's well known that the estimation of 236 servicemen have taken their own lives since the war in the Middle East started. Why is that continuing to occur? So many construction workers out there go to a construction site and they don't enjoy the job anymore. I talked to one guy, he was late 20s, he would be the size of a breakaway for rugby union, fit. He was looked on as one of the up-and-comers, so he was going from foreman to supervisor. He was going to do the course fairly soon. He said, geez, why do I get in my car of an evening and drive home 50 minutes, and as soon as I put the key in the ignition, I start to cry, and I cry for 50 minutes. Why, when I get home, I sit in the driveway, and I go, I'm not going to fight with my wife. I'm not going to fight with my wife. 2 minutes later, he's in a fight with his wife. He walks out of that and goes and sits in his daughter's room, who was 18 months old, and he sits there crying for 3 hours. She's asleep. He hardly knows her. Why is that happening? Men are confused. Right now, men are confused. And men don't talk about something they can't necessarily fix. And if we can't fix something as men, we feel ashamed, less than, unmanly. I know this. Because myself, I've found myself in that position. Most of you will know my story. But it's the third best day of my life was when I realised I couldn't go on anymore. I couldn't fix how I felt. I could take bullets, I could take bombs, I could command hundreds of soldiers in combat. I couldn't even bath my 2-year-old daughter. I didn't even know what it was to be a husband, a loving husband. Let alone a father, let alone a person. I was hollow. But that night I owned my hollowness. That night I owned my sadness. That night I owned my anger, my fear. I owned all that shit. We've got to own our shit, guys. Yeah, is it hard? Excuse the term, but fuck yes. Is it worth it? Well, ask yourself if having a magic relationship with your wife, which only gets better every day, knowing truly you have your kids come up and talk to you about their most deepest, darkest things openly and ask you for help just through listening, is that worth it? I had a tear in my eye last night when Abby just opened up to me. Because why? She trusted me. What did it say to me? I've done the hard yards. I've done the hard yards and I'm home. I know who I am. I'm connected. I'm connected to everything around me. That's what we miss as men. We need connection, guys. So put your hand up, man. If you're confused, if you're hollow, put your hand up. We need you on the planet. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. So, even if you're thinking that I'm just a little bit hollow, put your hand up. If you're in a dark place, put your hand up. Men, it might be confusing. Just one step at a time. Put your hand up now.